Alrighty, welcome to a very special 3-on-3 draft because we've got challengers coming for the crown. The team is myself, Eli Kassis, and Luis Salvatto. We have yet to be defeated. We're like 10-0 against other teams, something like that. And we're battling against the challengers, Juju Bean, trollascetic, and Mack. It's a good squad, so we'll see if they can take us down. It is a 3-on-3, and, well, pick one, pack one is not going according to plan. No pieces of power here, but I do have an Urza, a Mystic Confluence, a Snuff Out, and an Archon of Cruelty. Juju Bean's passing to me, I'm passing to trollascetic. Bean usually drafts like some like blue-white or blue-black or blue-red control deck, which is fine. Good strategy for a 3-on-3. I'm really stuck between Urza, Mystic Confluence, and Archon. And I'm kind of leaning towards just taking Archon. I think Archon's really strong and it enables a lot of things, and maybe I'll get Snuff Out or Copter back. I mean, it's a pretty stacked pack. Next pack has Remand, Wheel of Fortune, Fiery Confluence. I'm just going to take Remand here. Kind of wish I just took Mystic Confluence now. But I will take the Remand and pass up on Wheel, Fiery Confluence, and whatnot. I also want to go into blue to somewhat cut Matt, who I think is going to take Mystic Confluence second pick, though obviously he could take Urza. Okay, so this pack has Time Twister and Miscalculation. I'm just going to take Time Twister. It's a really strong card. It can work nicely with Archon decks, just trying to give you more looks at your combo. Passing Trop, Miscalc, Fatal Push, Noble Hierarch, but I do like Time Twister a lot. So yeah, I wish I'd gone Mystic Confluence, Remand, Time Twister, but this is still a strong start. There's a Woodfall Primus here that's probably coming back because I think Miscalc, Trop, Noble, and Fatal Push and a Braid are likely the picks. Oh, this pack has an Unmarked Grave. Unmarked Grave works really nicely with Archon. And it's that or Chain Lightning, but I actually think... Oh, or Ancient Tomb. All those cards are really good, but I think now is the time to take Unmarked Grave. And what's going to get taken? Ancient Tomb, Fallen Shinobi, Chain Lightning, maybe probably not Student of Warfare, maybe Talisman Karn, maybe Kinnan, I don't know. But I'll take Unmarked Grave. I actually think that is a fine place to be. And see if we can cobble together like a blue-black Reanimator style deck here. Flash is another card that I'd be on the lookout for. I'm not going to get one fifth. I just mean in general. Obviously, Animates would be good. But having the best Animate target and now an Unmarked Grave makes me feel pretty good about this. Because had I taken the Mystic Confluence, I guess I would just take Ancient Tomb now. Because Ancient Tomb goes pretty well with Time Twister and quite well with Mystic Confluence. Let's see if we can get some other action here. And passing a bit of like a good red card, a decent green card, a good colorless card. So Juju passing Wheel into Time Twister. I mean, it kind of makes me wish I just took Urza pick one. But I actually like where we're at here. And I don't think it's going to be on his radar that I'm playing Animate or Reanimator. Which I guess I don't know that I am yet. But this pack has a Brainstorm. I do like Brainstorm. Virtue's okay too, but I don't think that's the best. There's Reckoner, Green Suns. I just think Brainstorm's still a very strong card. Also, I have a Shuffle here, and it's a good way to put Archon back to Unmarked Grave it. So let's just take the Brainstorm. Pass up on... these are all kind of medium cards. This Cube List has been the one I'm working on, constantly iterating, putting Mishra's Research Desk. That was in one of the most recent waves. I actually ended up cutting the Phyrexian Dreadnought package. Well, kind of. Stifle and Tails End are still in, Dress Down still in. I just think all those cards are good enough. Stifle's the most borderline. People weren't really playing Dreadnought, so I took out Dreadnought Altar and slip out the back. But we'll see where we end up here. We've got the start to a good blue deck and a start to a decent Reanimator deck, depending on what comes next. If I can get like a 6-pick Exhume or something, I would feel pretty good about this situation. Oh, there's a Goryo's Vengeance, which doesn't work with Archon, but it's good for this kind of strategy. There's also World Spine Worm. There's also Stern Scolding. The card is pretty good. Though we're not playing against the most aggressive of aggro players, I will say that. I'm kind of interested in Goryo's Vengeance, which is an anti-combo with Unmarked Grave. There's also World Spine. And just hope Flash gets open somewhere. But the thing is, at this table, no one's passing Flash late, even if they don't have World Spine. So that's not feeling great. I don't mind passing the Stern Scolding. That's not the end of the world. I think I'm going to spec on the Goryo's Vengeance and hope that I get Atroxa, an Eldrazi, Gristlebrand, that sort of thing. Okay, so Smuggler's Copter did come back. So did Gemstone Caverns, Dig Through Time, Time Warp. I mean, this is just a good pack. I don't want Dig Through Time. Copter, I don't think fits here all that well. There's also Time Warp. Time Warp is just a generic solid card. Or I could just take Gemstone Caverns. Gemstone Caverns is really strong when you're on the draw, so let's just take that. It's just an opening hand Chrome Mox on the draw that when you draw it later in the game just taps for colorless is okay. I'm kind of low on Smuggler's Copter, and since the last time I saw this pack, I picked up no creatures, so I don't think taking Smuggler's Copter here would be that fruitful. I've got a little bit of an animate start here. I guess I'll just take Oliphant here. I think Oliphant's pretty strong in general, and it works out nicely with the animate strategy. Obviously, I don't have anything to get it back yet, but it's also a shuffle for Brainstorm. I am passing Matt a Sai, and if he took the Urza Saga, or the Urza, then that would help. Now there's Thought Scour, Fatal Push, and Woodfall Primus. Don't think it's going to be Woodfall Primus. I might just Fatal Push here. I do like that card. Thought Scour is also pretty strong. Thought Scour Brainstorm's not bad. It's build your own Entomb, kind of. It's also decent just hoping to mill something. Don't think I'm in a position to take Trop, which is a shame. That's, I think, the best card in this pack. You know what? I'm just going to take the Woodfall Primus and hope for a breach. No, I'll take Fatal Push. Fatal Push is just too good. And then now, I guess I'll take Karn. Not probably play it. Late Virtue. There's also Coalition Relic, but I like Virtue well enough. I think it's solid. Here I'll take Blooming Marsh. I don't think I'm in the market for either Steel Seraph or Mere Battlesphere. Tough table. Unsurprisingly. I guess I'll take Regrowth as a spec card. All right, and I'll take a Sai and pass a last pick, Maelstrom Pulse. All right, well, Artifacts would have been kind of open, but I don't know that I wanted to come out firing on those in a 6-player draft. I feel okay about this start. It's got a lot it could use that could improve it. All right, then last pick, Nissa. Like, a Time Walk. I took that Regrowth for a reason. Let's see what we got. What a beating. Just a terrible, terrible pack. Yeah, there's just no playables in this pack. That is a shame. I guess I take Kozilek to go with my Goryo's Vengeance. It's that or Pest Infestation, but I don't think JJ's playing green. He almost never does. Let's just take Kozilek and be really sad that I had to first pick a card that I could get effectively last. Maybe not last. That might be exaggerating, but this pack, even no matter what I was playing, I guess I could, if I was playing blue artifacts, I guess I'd take Seed Shark. White gets Reprieve, green gets Pest Infestation. It's just a really weak pack, which I don't like drafting in when we're in our King of the Hill challenge match, but what can you do? Okay, this pack has a Counterspell and mostly garbage. I guess there's a Windswept Teeth. Sure, I'll take a Counterspell because there's just nothing else in the pack. And another pretty bad pack. I don't have a blue-black land yet, but we haven't seen any either. And Oliphant is kind of hanging out here still. What do we got? We have Channel. I could take Channel to go with Kozilek. It's not crazy. There's also Hymn to Turok, which is a good card. Concealing Curtains. I don't really want Hallowed Fountain or Eagle of the North. Channel Kozilek is okay. I don't have any other combos of Channel. No, I have like a Karn. I have a Blooming Marsh that can kind of help cast it. I kind of just want to take Hymn to Turok and go blue-black still and maybe try to wheel Concealing Curtains. I feel like that's my best bet. Also, I just took Counterspell, which is kind of an argument against him, but it's definitely an argument against Channel. I just don't think that looks very, very feasible. So this pack has been a disappointing one so far, but hopefully if I can just get an animate of some kind or maybe an entomb, that sort of thing, though I guess I need to animate more here, then maybe we got something going on. But right now, but the way my cards are kind of coming out here in this draft, it is not going well. All right, an Exhume is something. Not amazing, but definitely better than nothing, and it works with Archon or Oliphant, so I guess I'm in. Coveted Jewel to go with that Channel if I picked it, but We did not. Still haven't seen Flash, of course. Not that I think I'm very likely to have seen it or anything. And this pack has Liliana and Subtlety are the two cards I'm interested in. I guess I gotta just take Liliana here. I do like Subtlety, especially with Time Twister, but Liliana to go with my Goryo's Vengeance and Exhume seems pretty critical. And I don't think I want to risk it not tabling, though. Really need a blue-black land. I just haven't seen a single one. And this pack has, well, it's got my blue-black land. I guess I got to take it. Rafine's Tower. It makes this deck that much more consistent, and any fetch or land cycler that can get one of these is good. Plus, there's nothing else here that I would really want to take anyway. So that one's at least an easy pick. This is back. Still pretty much empty. I could hate a Lion Sash. I could take a blue-green land. Could this deck possibly run Cabal Ritual? I don't really see any of these cards being good. I guess Restless Vinestock? No. Cabal Ritual? I guess I'll just hate the Lion Sash. I don't know. Just a depressing pack. Oh, Graveyard Trespasser is at least a card. The rest of these cards are not, so I'll take that. I'm going to need a little help in pack 3. Look, did get a blue-black land, even if it's kind of a bad one. Did get an Exhume, did get another discard outlet, but overall we're well short of where I would want to be going into the next pack. So even in a 6-player draft, this is looking a little dubious, though no one pack can really save me. If I open a pack where I first pick Animate Dead and then I get past an Exhume, all of a sudden, it's a completely different animal. I could get a 5th pick Shallow Grave, that sort of thing. Channel came back. I don't think I'm really into it, but there is a possibility, and I'm not playing any of these other cards, and I don't care about passing them. So I will just take the Channel. And then I was hoping that Coveted Jewel would come back, because that also gives me another thing to go. There's also Scrapwork Mutt, but I think, given where my deck is, I think I'd rather take Channel Coveted Jewel. And here, I don't care about Dockside. I guess I'll take Dark Depths. There's a chance I might want to run that. Guess there's a chance I'd run Gix's Command. I don't think I'd run the rest of this stuff. Cabal Ritual or Garruk Wildspeaker if I end up in green. Sure. I've got a Regrowth as well and a Nissa. Those aren't very good. There's also Blooming Marsh here. And I guess I'll take Deadly Dispute that I'm not going to play. All right. Well, look, if I open an Emrakul in pack 3, I'm just going that direction. Like, I don't really see a reason not to. Given that this blue-black direction isn't going that well. My blue cards are right now Brainstorm, Counterspell, Remand, Time Twister, which are good cards. But I could definitely ditch or minimize blue. I really would like to open a good pack, though. We've had our first picks so far have been Archon and Kozilek, which is really not ideal. All right, well, there we go. Ancestral Recall. Passing a Ragavan, which probably is going to get taken, but also a Force of Will. So they're passing 2 really good cards. And there's an Ulamog that's probably coming back. What's Ragavan, Force, Dismember, Wooded Foothills, and Birds are my choices, or my picks for what's going away, and getting an Ancestral really helps. Okay. That's a start. TBD what this channel is going to do. We've got Channel Coveted Jewel Kozilek, and if we get the mana for it, we'll see. Oh, wow. There's a Duress, which I love, but it's Underground Sea and Watery Grave. Hold on. Also a Grist. Would I rather have Duress or Underground Sea? I've got to take Duress, I feel like. It's really strong. And, I mean, if I take Duress, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, I don't think either Underground Sea is that likely to come back, to be honest. But I think straight up I would still rather have the Duress. It's that or take like a Botanical Sanctum. Well, sorry. Take Underground Sea, Wheel, Botanical Sanctum to try to play this channel. But I really don't see this channel being a very good card, though. Regrowth gets a lot better once you have Ancestral. Is it possible that I should take Underground Sea and then maybe facilitate green being part of the mix? I could see doing that. All right, I'm going to take the Underground Sea. It's close. Okay, this pack has a Triplicate Titan and Imperial Seal. Imperial Seal does help a little bit with the combo. There's Inti and Lelia, so I'll just leave them both. There's also Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's also Karakas. Karakas is really annoying against me. I could take Jace. Jace is a good card. There's also a Soul Cauldron. Wow, there's some haters here. I could also take Jace and just be more of a blue-black control deck that has a finishing move of reanimates. All right, I think this channel is not going to happen. Oh, Show and Tell, though. Show and Tell is a completely different animal. Because Show and Tell is really good with Archon and actually can be good with Coveted Jewel. It's not very good with Kozilek. Usually you will not win that fight. What else could I take here? No, Recurring Nightmare doesn't look very good. There's Chromatic Star. Chromatic Star makes it a little more likely this channel gets in there because I don't have that many great black cards. Will Show and Tell wheel? I kind of feel like it might. Is that worth it? Like, is it worth risking it when Chromatic Star? Yeah, I'll just take the Show and Tell, I think. Oh, now there's a Mystical Tutor as well. Mystical Tutor can get Time Twister, Show and Tell, and get Ancestral Recall. I think Mystical Tutor is looking pretty good here. And it can get my one Exhume or my one Goryo's Vengeance. All right. I can get Channel too if I want to go down that route. Though I don't really. Last pick here is a Echo of Eons, which does very little for me. A blue Greenland or just a Dark Slick Shores or a Dress Down. But I think let's get the Gix's command back in. Maybe keep this Coveted Jewel here. Maybe splash green for Regrowth. I'm looking to see how many playables I have. I'm a little short, but I still think I'm just going to take Dark Slick Shores here. I don't like my chances that much. I really don't. All right, well, Ulamog came back. So did Tamiyo. So did Birds, funnily enough. There's also Bone Shards. Bone Shards, I think, could be good. Do I want Bone Shards more than Ulamog? Maybe just because I have the Mystical to get Channel. No, I'm just going to take the Ulamog. And I'm going to assume that this channel is making it in, and I'm going to deal with it. Yeah, there's the Botanical Sanctum. I got to take that now. And I think we're just going to run both. We took lands pretty highly, but channel actually works out. And then Regrowth's also good in this kind of deck. And now I think that looks a little more reasonable. Because now I've got a bunch of I win cards with channel. The other thing I could do, and this would be more on deck building side, is maybe I cut Liliana Gix's command, him to Turok, and Virtue. Cut those 4 black cards and be blue-green splashing a couple things. Wow, and then, you know what? I think I'm just going to take Portal of Phyrexia, because that's a great Show and Tell or Channel card. And now we're just a channel deck that's splashing black. Yeah, that sounds way better. Graveyard Trespasser can get out too. Maybe Garruk Wildspeaker gets in, that's fine. I don't know about Nissa or anything like that. And now we have Unmarked Grave Exhume Goryo's Vengeance or something along those lines. And now there's Mightstone, Weakstone, Titania, or Urborg as a way to maybe cast double black spells. I'm not taking Titania. I don't care about passing 2 red cards, maybe 2 green cards. Do I want Urborg or do I want Mightstone and Weakstone? This doesn't really look like a good Mightstone Weakstone deck. I think Urborg could be legit. Oh, I definitely want Arcane Denial in this kind of deck. Arcane Denial gives me a good way to have them draw 2 cards and me just make a bigger play that goes over the top. And then Echo of Eons. I don't really have a way to get value out of Echo of Eons. So I kind of feel like I should just take K command. Like, what is Echo of Eons doing for me? It doesn't really look like it does anything. Tamiyo's not a 0. I'll take Tamiyo. Also good against my Eldrazi. All right, well, kind of a messy draft, but I think we might have been saved by this channel. I really wish I took that Trop in pack 1. Let's see how this goes. Let's go to deck building. I don't love it. All right, after looking at my options, I've got to play all 3 colors, and I think I'm just going to leave out Liliana and him, my 2 double black cards, play Fatal Push and Virtue, and then play Unmarked Grave, Goryo's Vengeance, Exhume with the Archon, and of course the Eldrazi. I would like one way to discard. Maybe I do have to play the Liliana instead of the Virtue. And I have Garruk as a way to get double black and Urborg. The other alternative is to, let's just build a mana base, because the other alternative would be to cut Garruk, cut Tamiyo, just play Channel and Regrowth. But I kind of want to make it so that I'm more likely to get to cast Channel, because it's just, I have Mystical Tutor. All right, no, I didn't take the Mystical. Sorry. I have Ancestral Recall. I have channel, I have time twister, and I have ways to really take advantage of channel when I slam it here. So let's see. Oh, I do have mystical. I wasn't crazy. Okay, let me get that thing back in there. That makes this make a lot more sense. I checked the draft logs and I just had the mystical tutor. For some reason, I think I double clicked out of it. All right, well that actually means, what if I cut Fatal Push and I just had the kind of sketchy Liliana, but 18 lands and mostly blue, green with some black? All right, I think that works out. Let's go. So for mana, right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, 9 blue. That's pretty good. Now I have 5, 6, 7 black, including Urborg as a double black option, which leaves me 4, 5, 6, 7 green. Yeah, I would like to get one more green in there. I have the Gemstone Caverns where I'm on the draw as well. I guess the other option is just to take out one swamp. I'm going to put these in here just in case I want to switch how I'm doing things. And put in one more forest. And then I'll have 6 black sources, but Garruk and Urborg both lead to double black. I guess I have Coveted Jewel too. Okay, and then blue is my primarily, blue is my primary color, and I have a lot of card draw in blue. All right, I think I'm going to try this. All right, and as for my teammates, Salvatto's got an awesome deck. Luis really did it. He has Mox Jet, Mox Ruby, Mox Opal, Brain Freeze, Underworld Breach, no LED, but a bunch of trinkety artifacts, and 3 Moxes. I mean, it's not that hard to go off, especially with Demonic Tutor, the One Ring, Comet, Frantic Search, and then a bunch of white removal spells. This deck looks excellent. Me and Eli are counting on him, Luis, to carry us home. With Eli on a good green-white aggro deck with Wasteland, Karakas, Ancient Tomb, Green Mox, Fast Spawn, Ignoble, Fast Spawn to enable Memory Jar, but then Undermountain Adventure, Seasoned Engineer. I actually really like our decks, though. Mack, Matt, and JJ are no slouches, so I'm expecting some good battles. Let's cheese some people out with some channels, shall we? Let's get to it. All right, time for round 1. Playing against Mack, and yeah, I mean, I got to keep this hand, but no channel and no channel target makes me a little sad. We've got Brainstorm into Remand. It's fine. Tameo, also not the best thing in the world, but Mack is mulliganing, so hopefully he's got a bit of a slow start, because I would like to keep the crown. Let's see what he's up to. Badlands, Concealing Curtains. Okay. The sketchy Liliana could actually be good here. Okay, I probably wait on Brainstorm here, because if he flips his thing, yeah, then I'm going to want to Brainstorm in response. Blooming Marsh go, setting up, maybe if we're lucky, for a turn 3 Liliana. Flip Concealing Curtains. All right, Brainstorm. Oh, Mystical Tutor. Interessante. I think I'm going to put back, let's see, he's going to hit me on a 17. Oh, I got to hide Kozilek. Okay. Otherwise, he makes me discard Kozilek and shuffle. So I'm going to put back these 2, and he can basically take out whatever he wants of these, and then next turn I'm going to Liliana the Revealing Eye. Or he can make me discard nothing if he wants. That's also fine. But I feel like Liliana the Revealing Eye is a really good start to anything that's going on here. And I could have shuffled away the Kozilek, or put Kozilek in hand and hope he didn't take it. But if I'm Mack and I see a weak hand with Kozilek, 2 cards on top from Brainstorm, I'm definitely just slamming. Though, no, I guess that's not true, because I would still draw my top card. Yeah, that's fair. My deck looks a little janky from this Revealing Eye, and that's because it is. Let's see what he's going to take here. Could take Tameo. That'd be funny too. He could take nothing. That would also be fine. Next turn I go Urborg, and then Yeah, there's no real way to set it up, because if I leave Mystical and Kozilek in hand, he just takes one of the two, probably Mystical. I took Mystical anyway, so yeah, that's fine. So I'm just going to draw Kozilek, Urborg, Liliana here, -2 on the Revealing Eye, and then pass. Next turn, depends what he does, I suppose. Hopefully nothing. Nothing. All right, let's +1. I'm going to discard a Forest here. He discards Island. I'll just play a Tameo here. If he counters it, that's fine too. Not too concerned. All right, I guess I will get back Mystical Tutor and pass. And then now I even have a chance to get some value. I'm just going to draw for my turn. I'm going to +1 the Liliana, discard an Island. And then I'm going to go Forest. I'm going to cast Mystical Tutor. And then I'm going to hit Channel. Then I'm going to +1 Tameo and name Channel. Get Channel, and then I'm going to cast Channel, and then try to channel out a Kozilek. I'm going to just pay the life here, I think. I'm not that worried about getting burned out, and I want to keep Remand up. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Kozilek into 4 cards, into just pass the turn. Feeling pretty good with a bunch of Planeswalkers and Channel and Remand and Kozilek, and Max doing just stone nothing the entire game, and bam! Game 1 in the books. And here, playing against Grixis stuff. Him, Fatal Push. I mean, Fatal Push is good against Concealing Eye. I could probably cut Garruk on the draw here. Maybe cut a Forest for a Swamp here. All right, game 2. Let's see what we got. I'm Sultai channeling here, and this is just classic. This hand's fine though, because I can Mystical for Ancestral, and that kind of ties the room together. But yeah, this hand is not not the prettiest, I will say. Let's see what Mack is up to, but my plan is just to keep this and go Island to go, Mystical for Ancestral. Do I leave up Ancestral next turn, or leave up Remand or cast Ancestral? That'll kind of depend on what he's up to. Duress takes this hand kind of apart, but I also am double green short of, like, if I draw green, I guess there's no real way for me to end up Mysticaling for not Ancestral in this hand, because even if I draw a green source, I'm still going to Mystical for Ancestral. But clearly this hand is keepable. Oh no, I don't like that. Starting with Mox Diamond is scary. Turn 1 Concealing Curtains into tap land. Yeah, all right. Let's draw. Yeah, I guess I'll lead on Dark Slick Shores. And then, is he going to flip the curtains on turn 2? No. No plays. Okay. I'm going to Mystical, though. I'm going to get Ancestral Recall. And then draw, play Underground Sea, and just pass the turn here. I don't really need to do this now, run into a counter, and if he wants to flip the Concealing Curtains, all Ancestral in response. If he does nothing, I'm just going to do nothing. Don't need to Ancestral here. Oh, there's my Channel. So now I'm going to pass with Remand up and plus Ancestral, and I am setting up that play. Entomb. Okay, let's see what he's entombing for. And how scared should I be? Atraxa, Itali, can't have Archon, I have that. Obviously he's not entombing an Emrakul at this moment in time. He did get Atraxa. Did he draw his 3rd land? He did not. Sorry, Mac. It's a rough way to go down, but I will take it. Okay. The Exhume looks a lot less good here. A green source would be really nice. This actually really sucks. I guess I'm going to play a land and pass the turn and discard Exhume at this point to hand size. Really wanted to draw a green source off that Ancestral. Okay, well, at least he's doing nothing as well. It's Cycle or Fiend's Tower. If he's got Animate a Troxan response. That's not too bad. All right, well, that helps. I really still need to draw green, but Liliana is definitely a start. Make you sack concealing curtains, so at least you don't have that as a flip option. Pass. And now if I draw green, I can regrowth Ancestral and I'll win pretty easily. I don't have like the most going on here. I guess I have to remand that. All right, because then I can +1 Lily, and by the time the Jace comes back down, I can get it. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's go +1. Discard Ulamog. Goryo's Vengeance, the Ulamog here. And the game's not over, especially since, well, I guess it kind of is. All right, 1-0. Mack got completely screwed there, and that's what you need to win a cube draft. Oh, yeah. All right, time for round 2. I'm playing against trollascetic, who's on basically red-green beats with some domain aggro, like Territorial Kavu sort of thing. Maybe some other blue cards, I don't know. He basically just curved out and beat the crap out of Salvatto. Unfortunately, that also means I have to mulligan this hand, though I would mulligan that against everyone. Yeah, this is the deck, huh? I guess I'll keep this hand. I'm just going to put Garrick back. I'll keep Exhume in case I draw Unmarked Grave and, you know, Swamp. If I draw blue mana, this hand becomes better. Channel is obviously a pretty big draw here. Unmarked Grave would also be insane now. Was this? Oh, Sentinel. All right, turn 2 Sentinels, pretty good. Blue? All right. It was a mulligan to 6, and I don't really think I had much of a choice, but it's getting to the point where Channel is going to be a lot less secure. He's going to crack the map, reveal Marsh Flats. Attack put me to 17. And then probably follows up with something else. He's going to crack Marsh Flats first. If you already have to use Marsh Flats and then hit a good spell, then that could be awkward. Oh, he has Wooded Foothills also. Okay, Territorial Kavu coming in strong. All right. Let's see what we can dig up here, or we are going to be dead. The good thing is we're up 2-1. Matt here won his last round, beat Salvatto, but me and Eli both won. And Salvatto's deck is very good, so I think he's got a good shot. Mack's deck came out terribly. Not that my deck is that impressive. My deck, I think, is quite bad. I've got outs, which is nice, but I need to draw something good right now. I mean, this turn is maybe my last turn for Channel to be good. Okay, there's Island. It's Ancestral. There's Show and Tell. That's not nothing. Let's see. Let's discard Kozilek and shuffle. I'm going to take at least 8 this turn. 9 if he finds a Plains with that Marsh Flats. And then I'm going to Show and Tell and I guess hope this Ulamog goes the distance. I guess my shot is also that if I draw Unmarked Grave, I think that could be decent. Oh, if this is a creature that's attacking me, Plowhunter. All right, well, yeah, Plowhunter got me good. Not close. All right, well, what was I going to draw out of curiosity? Oh, nothing. Okay, so going into this next game, I definitely want to board in a little more in the way of removal. I don't think I can take Channel out, much to my chagrin, but I do think I can do something like this. I just kind of have bad mana, I guess. What do I want to cut? Garrick seems somewhat bad, and Tamiyo seems somewhat bad. And then I take out an island in a forest and just have kind of bad mana. All right, I guess that's where we're at. Let's go to game 2 here. And hope we can cheese out Matt here. I'm going to mulligan. Guess I'll put Swamp back. I really don't like it, but I don't think a mull to 5 is doing me any favors. And at least with Brainstorm in hand, I have a lot of looks for Channel. One thing that's pretty annoying is that if I Brainstorm and then miss, I'm just dead with this hand. This hand doesn't do anything. But missing requires drawing no shuffle effect and no relevant spells. And I also don't have to brainstorm like right away. I'm going to go turn on Raffine's Tower, but if I can draw a play, like if I draw Remand or something, then I can chill a little. No one drop, please. Oh my God, no. Matt's deck is very good. So, you know, I can Denial first. Him leading with a one drop is not surprising. He's got Ignoble, Noble, or he's got Noble, Llanowar Elves, and I think another one drop that we've seen. So we'll see how this looks. Will I Arcane Denial anything? Not anything, but yeah, if this is like a Sentinel, for example. Oh, is this pet? Oh, Green Sun's for 2, so that's Territorial Kavu. Yeah. Arcane Denial that. He gets to draw some cards. I get to draw some cards. I can also find Show and Tell. That's another one I can find here. Okay, you can draw. Of course you will. And then I will draw. Let's go. I kind of feel like I brainstorm because I want to do this next turn. The Show and Tell. Okay, and then I put Forest Island back, and I play Botanical Sanctum, then pass the turn, and now I could channel out the portal. I could also Ancestral myself. Show and Telling out the portal sounds pretty good, though, because he doesn't get that much value out of it. If he plays 2 creatures this turn, that could change what I do. Oh, that's really annoying. And he's not going to attack with it. Oh, he is going to attack. Okay, great. Because now I can Mystical Tutor, shuffle my deck, get Ancestral, draw Ancestral Recall myself, Island, and then Show and Tell here, putting Portal in, and he's going to think I'm putting in an Eldrazi, so he's going to put another creature, hopefully. If he puts in a land here, it would be really annoying. But then I'd have the Virtue as my next follow-up, because of course I Ancestraled into 2 lands and a Virtue, which is not ideal. Of course, he put in a land. Yeah. Well, he's down to his cards versus mine. Unfortunately, that Ancestral was such a whiff that I don't really like my position at this point. And I took out my Tamiyo, which would have been a really nice draw here. Regrowth would also be a nice draw. I am at a pretty high life total. If I can Virtue the next creature that comes out, I wouldn't be too unhappy about that. But if I get Plow Undered here, I'm going to be really annoyed. There's nothing I can do about it, is the problem. It would have been nice to draw, I don't know, a little bit of action here. And given that he's just tanking, I don't like my spot, I gotta say. He's got all 5 colors of mana. Are we firing off the Pest Infestation? Is that the debate here, or are we just deciding which lands to Plow Under? I really hope it's not Plow Under, because that would be much worse for me. But I will also settle for any play. That's been the tank a little bit here. I'm getting demolished, so I would like to just take my beating and move on to round 3. But we'll see what he has come up with here. Of course it was Plow Under. Well, he did make one mistake, which was he put back my Raffine's Tower, which means I get to cycle it, which I think is not ideal. So that could have been a lot worse. Oh, is he out of gas? Okay, we've got a chance here. We've got a chance. Let's cycle Raffine's Tower. Draw. Hi, Kozilek. At least Channel's an out. At least Channel does something now. Play a dork that I can kill. Oh, that's a dork I can kill. Okay. Let's go. Ooh, in a counterspell. All right. Lochthwain Scorn on Inti. And now I actually don't hate my spot because I can counter his next play, and then I'm only 1 land away from casting Virtue of Persistence as a spell, which could actually be good. Oh my god. Ulamogwai. All right. If I draw a 7th land, I'm not tapping out for Virtue here. He's got Pest Infestation in his deck. I really, and the Virtue's just sitting here face up. I'm really not going to walk into that. Obviously, I'm hoping to draw Channel more than any other card, but I would take Regrowth would be great. Coveted Jewel would actually potentially be okay. Fatal Push, not great. At least it's a spell. There's definitely a lot of creatures I can kill with Fatal Push. Hopefully this is one of them. Oh, that is, in fact, one of them. I'll allow it. Do I want to spend mana killing that now? I kind of don't. It only costs 1 mana. It feels like I could just wait here, and I have a counterspell to fight over it if I need to. Okay, I'm going to Fatal Push that now, though. You can gain 3 if he wants. That seems fine. I guess I should just let him attack in case of Chart of Course is such a minor thing that, yeah, I should just let him attack there. Oh, Exhume. Well, I have no creatures. Okay, so that's cool. Exhume was such a bad draw. Still not tapping out for this Virtue, though I do have 7 mana now. Oh, this is like an Ulvenwald Oddity or a Green Sun Zenith. Or, yeah, Chariot. I have to counterspell that. Now I'm going to consider tapping out for the Virtue, but I still don't really want to. It just seems like all that does is let him Pest Infest, and that's a channel. That is indeed a channel. Okay, Kozilek, pay a life, tap Urborg, tap that, pay some more life. I kind of want to debate playing both Eldrazi here. He does have Sunburn though, so let's just go Kozilek to start with. Okay, Kozilek resolves, maybe. And then 4, so I'd pay 7 life to play Ulamog. Yeah, I think that's okay. I don't know how much burn he has. I go to 6. Was there, I don't recall there being a Tribal Flames. I know he's got Chain Lightning. I don't want to play Coveted Jewel into, again, Pest Infestation. I think Ulamog is fine here, because I can also kill the Jetmir's Garden, which is my plan. It's only white source, and then pass the turn and hope this is good enough. Because I kind of worry that 1 Eldrazi would actually not be good enough. Hope I don't get double bolted here. And now if he has Pest Infestation, he has to play it. Part of the problem is if I just played Kozilek and he cast a Pest Infestation and put a ton of creatures into play, then I could still potentially lose. And now it seems pretty hard to lose, besides burn, which you'd have to have 2 burn spells and out of the 4 cards in his hand plus his 1 draw step, so the 5 cards total. So I guess we'll find out. It just has felt like I was getting he had a Pest Infestation that he was slow rolling. That's just the feeling I got. Okay, Wooded Foothills, sure. And then now, if he plays Pest Infestation, yeah, he can make 8 creatures, and I can attack and make him sacrifice 8 things, but also he has to sacrifice at least 1 pest. I mean, I don't know if these Eldrazi even beat the pests. I actually have to draw something. Oh, Shatter Skull smashing, killing Kozilek. Oh, okay. That was not what I expected, but I guess I'll take it. And then Birds of Paradise is actually surprisingly good here. It stops my Coveted Jewel. Oh, nice. I'll redraw Ancestral. Oh, and then I'll Fatal Push that. Okay, and then I'll attack. And you sack a bunch of permanents. All right. And I think it's got 1 card in hand. I'm debating Coveted Jewel versus Virtue, and it's probably gotta be Virtue, because if I play Coveted Jewel and he plays a haste creature, that's like a way I could lose. Whereas if I just play Virtue, and then if he had Pest Infestation, he would have cast it last turn. And we're getting to the point where I think I can beat it. And neither really stop. I guess the Coveted Jewel stops the double burn spell plan. But he just clearly didn't have it last turn. He could have had 1 of them maybe. Okay. Whew. Got a wild game 2. Time for game 3. Still don't like my matchup. Okay. I kind of feel like I should just put in Gix's Command actually and him to Turok and then maybe 1 more. Oh, I need Gemstone Caverns. Now that I'm on the draw, of course I was going to board in the Gemstone Caverns. I knew about that. I do think I'm supposed to have Channel though. And I do think I'm supposed to have Exhume. I have to try to cheese Matt out. That is just my goal here. Do I want this coveted jewel? I guess so. Take out a forest on the draw for gemstone. Actually, I'll take a swamp on the draw. I have an Urborg. Though, no, I don't know. It's really close. Do I take out Jace? Do I take out Time Twister? I mean, I might actually want to take out Time Twister given where we're at right now. Just have a lot of more removal in the deck. Do I take out Coveted Jewel? Goryo's Vengeance? The Goryo's Vengeance plan is pretty sketchy. I don't even think I'll have Liliana untapped most of the time, so. All right. I'll try this. Let's hope. Turn 1 channel off, Gemstone Caverns. Let's go. Let's go. No, but I'm going to keep this hand. I have Ancestral into Virtue. If he goes turn 1 Birds, I still don't really like my chances. I mean, this is worse. Turn 1. Yep. All right. Pass. If I need his next turn's play to be something I can Virtue, or for him to not somehow have a big play this turn, but I don't think that's very likely. Oko Thief of Crowns. Okay. Make a food. Well, all right. It's Ancestral. Sure. I guess I'll Ancestral into lands, then draw a land. That's great. Let's discard an island and Coveted Jewel or Portal or Rafine's Tower. Guess I'll just discard Coveted Jewel. I don't really want to discard my Forest or my Urborg. Yeah. Well, he had a great draw, and my Ancestral completely whiffed, so I guess I lose. I mean, if I counterspell this turn, yeah, I'm going to counter whatever this is. And then Virtue next turn. Just that Oko's still going to just demolish me here. Archon, okay. And I think I'll play the Rafine's Tower. I really don't like it, but I don't think I have the time. I don't need to play the Forest this turn because I don't have the channel in hand anyway. And I think I'm going to play Jace to just draw and then take a hit off the Oko. The problem is I'm already behind the Oko and he gets to cast another card here. How is he going to... He could Oko the Clue. So what's my best draw here? I mean, Show and Tell actually still kind of does the trick. Well, no, that's not true though. Oko beats Show and Tell. I need Ulamog, but channeling Ulamog, I'm so far away from that. And by the time I assemble those, if I even do, I'm just not going to have enough life. Okay. Well, I kind of have to play a green this turn. Oh. Let's still Jace. And then next turn I'll Regrowth Ancestral. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. My hands are terrible. I can Regrowth Ancestral and have Arcane Denial up, and I guess I'm in a spot where I hope to... What am I hoping for? Like, what do I have that can get me out of this? Gix... No, Gix's command will kill the tracker on the Caryatid, but it won't kill the food token. The Oko's still a problem. I guess if he doesn't play anything this turn... Nah, it doesn't look like not playing any... Is it Plow Under? It is. All right. That's fine. All right, well, it was just not a winnable game. Like, I could have drawn an Ancestral and then still lost really badly. But we're 1-1. Let's get to round 3. All right, we're going to do a live look in here because this is game 3 of Jujubin versus Salvatto. Salvatto landing a Rabblemaster. And the reason I'm doing this is because one, Mr. Eli Kassis is about to be 3-0. We actually can take a look real quick at his match. But when I left, he was just crushing. Thanks to Spellbook Vendor and Mother of Runes in the red-green or green-white versus red-green mirror. But this game looks like it's pretty pretty well at hand because this Scavenging Ooze is a threat. At some point, one of these can attack and get pretty big. But in any case, let's take a look at Salvatto's game, because I think if Salvatto wins this and Eli wins his game 3, like that's just the draft. Eli would have been 3-0, I'll be 1-1, and Salvatto will be 1-2, which, you know what? Salvatto will be 1-1. Only Eli would have made it to round 3. I'm really hoping that's the case, because this is a draft against 3 of our friends, and they really want to take us down because we are currently undefeated as a team. Me, Eli, and Salvatto have not yet lost, and we've played a bunch of drafts. So I might not have to play round 3. We'll see. I don't think I have great prospects against Juju Bean. He's got, well, in a shocking twist, Esper Control, which is exactly what I said before the draft started, with Inquisition, Duress, various counter spells. But this Goblin Rabblemaster is kind of just getting in there. Now, if he has Lorien Revealed here, that would be sick. So Lorien Revealed plus Currency Converter, you cycle it and you make a 2-2 and block the Rabble, but he didn't have it, and now Salvatto's slamming the One Ring. If that resolves, then Juju Bean's in even more trouble, and as is, he's still got to deal with this Rabblemaster, so I really like Luis's spot. Let's see if he can take it home, and then that plus Eli means, well, I didn't have to do barely anything, but that's okay. The last time we drafted with these fine gentlemen, I actually carried the team with a 3-0, so, and they scraped together there. Well, I was a 2-1 and a 1-2, which means we kind of dominated, but, well, actually, I don't know. It's 7 wins. If you get, there's a total of 9 total, right? And 5 wins the draft. 9 and 8 wins, clearly dominating. 7 wins, I would argue, is dominating. 6 wins, I think, is just a solid victory, and 5 wins is a nail biter. So I'll take a nail biter, but I prefer a solid victory here, just as a warning to future challengers. I will say, though, that Currency Converter with this Unearth now can make a 2-2 and block the Rabblemaster, but Juju Bean is going to have a really hard time defeating the One Ring that's just going to start picking up cards. So he's bouncing the Rabblemaster, passing the turn. Luis takes 1. And remember, Luis has Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze with a bunch of Moxes, though no LED. So he could at some point go off, though I'm guessing he's just going to play Saheeli or Comet here and start racking up some tokens, or in this case, Rabblemaster. And he can't play any instant speed effects because of that Teferi, so he's going to play this Talisman. Talisman's actually pretty nice because just lining up more creatures here, and then they can actually kill Teferi now. So I guess 2 attack Teferi, just all 3 attack Teferi, because Juju has Snuff Out, though clearly he would have killed the Rabblemaster first. And you don't get damage through. If you put 2 at Teferi, 1 at Juju, he just blocks the 1. So it's kind of the same either way. But Teferi's down. JJ now has to... Oh, he's got Palace Jailer. He can get that Rabblemaster out, leave behind 2 tokens, but probably isn't attacking with the Rogue token and can't make anything with the Converter. It's empty. No currency to convert. But I'm excited here because Luis is about to untap, tap the One Ring, draw 3 cards. Juju's got 5 cards in hand, or 4 cards in hand, but that is likely not going to be enough. Salvatto was just at so much life when he played the One Ring, and the Rabblemaster, well, it's been neutralized now. It wasted a lot of JJ's time. He got him down to 13. He Teferi'd it. He Palace Jailered it. But that just means that the One Ring was sitting there drawing Salvatto cards. He's under no pressure here. That could change soon. I mean, JJ could start attacking here, but I assume with 9 cards in hand, Luis has a pretty solid play this turn. Comet would be good, but honestly, starting with Saheeli or Third Path Iconoclast into some Moxes wouldn't be bad. Or just land, Mox, Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze. Oh, Third Path Iconoclast. I like seeing that as the first play on the board, because that means Luis is just going to be able to go kind of wide here with 1/1 soldier tokens, unless Juju Force of Wills the Iconoclast, which honestly is not a crazy play to make, given that Salvatto has a bunch of 0 and 1 mana cards in his deck. He has Pyrite Spellbomb, he has Mox Opal, he has Mox Jet, he has Mishra's Research Desk. Like, he's just playing all the cheap artifacts. Subtlety, even better. Wow, and Lorien Revealed must have been his only blue card, because right now, Lorien Revealed would have just been a free 2/2 plus a land, which would have been pretty sick. I imagine Salvatto is going to put the Iconoclast on top. Subtlety is good, though. Oh, Mentor. Okay, I like that. Into brain freeze you for 12? That just means it's going to be easier to brain freeze Juju out in the future. Juju, of course, cracking Heath first before the brain freeze happens. All right. Got some cards. It's going to pass the turn. And Juju doesn't really have much in the way of offense. What is he slamming for 6 mana? Mind Twist for 5, getting rid of Imperial Seal and all lands. Oh, that's bad news for Juju Bean and great news for me, because that means he gets to tap the ring. He gets to draw 4. He discarded a bunch of lands, so he has so much that could be gassy here. And what is this? This looks like a Saheeli to me. Saheeli putting a bunch of triggers on the stack. Let's see. Surveil. And Underworld Breach is just lethal now if Salvatto can find it. Because at this point, it's definitely enough to just brain freeze Juju out. And boom, that's the match for Salvatto. We are looking great. Let's check in on Eli. All right, well, I thought this was done, which I wanted to go watch Salvatto, but this is not quite done. And still, with Trollascetic at 3 and currently the possessor of the initiative, but with Eli at 10 with a Mother of Runes out, and then a big Scavenging Ooze and an Ignoble. Well, this looks like it's pretty good for Eli here, but we'll see. Troll is in his second main phase with a Frenzied Trap Breaker in play, which doesn't do anything in particular. Now, if Eli regain, well, it's kind of hard for Eli to regain the initiative without also just winning the game. So we're going to see what Eli Kassis has got here. Let's see. He gets to untap. He has Mother of Runes out, which obviously is just dominant on this kind of board position. And he's slamming something here. Arwen Mortal Queen. Make another. This has been a banger, by the way. Arwen. The first time I played Arwen, I put the counter on True Name, and it was great. So this is going to give another counter Indestructible and Lifelink. Or another creature, rather. But now Eli can just attack with everything, actually. You could even leave Mother of Runes up if you want. Oh, green-white beats for the win. And I only had to play 2 matches with my incredibly bad channel deck. As you can tell, I am just completely stoked to have won this draft. You know, there's some drafts where I care about my deck a lot, and I'm like, I really want this deck to do well. I think it's a cool one. There's other drafts like this one where winning the draft is my prime objective, and in true team draft fashion, as long as we get it done, it doesn't matter how it adds up to 5. 5's the magic number. Eli's about to have 3. Me and Luis each have 1. The Luises supporting Eli with 1 match win each, and currently 5 attacking creatures. Troll's going to have to block and then let lethal through, and then Eli doesn't even have to use Arwen Mortal Queen in order to take this game down, and I think that's going to do it. What is this last spell? Is it sick? Orcish Bowmasters. Oh, that's a good one. Is it good enough? I don't think so. I guess it means that Troll doesn't lose this turn, but I think he's going to have to lose basically all his creatures, especially since, let's see, Undermountain has Vigilance. There's 6 creatures attacking. No, 5 creatures attacking. And now 5 blockers, but the Orcish Bowmasters doesn't pick anything off. This got a lot more interesting. Matt had 2 blockers for 2 mana. Let's see how this works. Yeah, we haven't seen Bowmasters yet from Trollascetic, so Eli didn't count on that. So what is Trollascetic supposed to do here? I guess Bowmasters. I guess maybe you chump the ooze with Noble no matter what, because this is just gigantic. Sentinel blocks Spellbook Vendor. Inti can block Ignoble. You ping the Mother Runes and block it with the token, and then Bowmasters chumps. The problem with that is Arwen can make the Spellbook Vendor into a +1/+1 and indestructible lifelink 4/4. Though technically the Liberator, the Trap Breaker, can sacrifice to kill one of these sorcerer rolls if Matt needs to. So we'll see what he selects. All right, Bowmasters pings the Undermountain Adventurer. So we'll see where Trollascetic blocks. I'm gonna spare you waiting because he's not a speed demon, I wouldn't say. No, we're not talking Slurp levels. If you remember a couple months ago, we had a dude named Slurp who played, and he did not. He slurped up the clock. Let's just say, but These blocks are tough, and with a +1/+1 indestructible floating around, yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. All right, so these are the blocks. Noble chumps. Inti has a winning block there. This is a chump, this is a chump, and this has a winning block there. Yeah, I mean, I guess you just Arwen here. The Underman Adventurer is my inclination. Yeah, that's, I think, unsurprisingly, Eli saw the line. Because if you do it on Inti, then the Trap Breaker can kill the roll. This does save Inti, which makes this a big trampler, but also Eli gains a bunch of life off Arwen, goes to 14. All right, so you get to go to the Forge. You can make this a 7/7. You can make this a 9/9. 7/7, sorry, 8/8 when you attack with a map token. Yeah, 9/9. And then what? And then I guess you trap, but at that point, Eli can also just triple block the Trap Breaker if he really wants to. So that sounds pretty good. As it turns out, attacking with Mother Runes was like, didn't work out great. Might have been better not to, but you know, so it goes. All right, he's got to be Forge on the Trap Breaker here. It even gets to blow up this roll when it attacks. So I guess if it's a 9/9, then let's see. Yeah, I guess the triple block still does technically work. Let's see, map. It hit a spell. It hit an Oko Thief of Crowns. Well, that's not going to do anything if that's the card that got revealed just now. Yeah. No thanks. And the Trap Breaker has to attack. Why does this still have lifelink? All in due time. All in due time. So this... Oh, Arwen also gets a lifelink counter. Whew, very nice. Discarded Green Suns and exiled. We'll see in a second here. Scavenging Ooze, also just eating Bowmasters here. Got to be exiling something absurd. Looks like Sylvan Caryatid, and that, I believe, is the draft. We'll see if Mack, or I keep getting confused. We're on the same team, which is, you know, it's kind of hard to get them confused because trollascetic's really good at Magic. Me and Mack are really good buddies, actually. So, you know, he's kind of like the new Cheon. But, you know, Mack is really good at Magic. Anyways, that'll do it. Boom. That was a lot of beats per minute right there. Take a look at this deck. It is not pretty. Do not draft this at home or any other location. Channel off, like basically splashing channel and having to contort my mana base for one card. Does have Ancestral Mystical. That is nice. A bunch of channel things. The worst reanimation package in the world. One Unmarked Grave, one Exhume, the worst reanimation spell. One Goryo's Vengeance that can't hit Archon. Only Liliana for discarding. Well, let's just say Eli Kassis took it home, and that's another dub. All right, well, this is a really fun draft. I especially enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I appreciate you hanging out through my highs and lows, and we're on an upswing now. This is just part of a fantastic journey upwards, as I kind of took down the draft thanks to my teammates with a really jammed together channel deck. But you know what? We got the one win. That's all we needed, and we are good. Alrighty, I'll see you tomorrow. Not always another draft. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.